Are we are we live right now? Can you guys hear me? Hey Nick, do I chat back or do I just say hi? This is all new to me. Okay, well, this this is my first live stream. Uh oh, hey, how you doing? Oh wow, this is fun. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do. I've been good. I've been busy. Yeah, okay, so this is my first live stream. I don't know how it sounds. I'm just doing the computer sound, doing the webcam, and I was just thinking, let's hang out. Let's talk about books. Um, I'm actually having a friend come over in about an hour, and we're gonna film a video for the channel. So that'll be exciting. How's everyone doing? Oh man, I Arkansas's nice. Hey, how you doing? Argentina, oh my gosh. Wow. I don't even know what time it is over there. Uh, oh, Colorado, Ireland, Turkey. Hey, how's everyone doing? Netherlands. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh, Texas. Oh my gosh. Canada, Brazil. I'm gonna cry right now. It's so cool. UK, Chicago. All right, all right. uh, this is so fun. Really, I don't have a topic that I want to talk about. I just kind of want to hang out. If you have any questions or ideas or topics or just let me know what you're reading, I I just want to talk and have some coffee. I don't know what everyone's drinking. What are we all drinking? What are we reading? Yeah, I'm only going by username. So if I mispronounce your username, Relvorn, I definitely want to do more live streams. This is my first, um, but I kind of like the idea of maybe doing a weekly live stream. That way, I don't have to make a video that fills, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, 20 minutes of just me talking about a topic or a book. I'm still not even halfway through Sun Eater. So, uh, there's not a whole lot I can talk about. But if I do live streams, then I think that'll allow me to have kind of a weekly update kind of thing. Oh, wow. Okay. Four Corners. Persona has kind of slowed down just because this week has been filled with a lot of work. But I still think about it, and I definitely want to dive back in. You just started Way of Kings, started Lord of the Rings. Wow, those are both two behemoths. I'm reading Guards. Nice. I've heard such great things about Terry Pratchett. Reading the essays of Montaigne. See, I'm not even that good of a reader. I don't even know how to pronounce these things. Perfect timing. I've got my coffee on the way from my local shop, and I'm knitting. Oh my, that sounds like the best Friday morning. Coffee and knitting. Ugh, I love that. Started reading The Name of the Wind, loving it so far. Oh my gosh, James, that is awesome. I wish I can just wipe my memory and read that for the first time because ugh. I to be honest, I've been kind of craving, a reread of Name of the Wind. I don't know. Is it too soon? It's been 5 years, 4 years? Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till the fall, winter time. Whoa, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm way behind on the chat. I'm sorry. Uh, drinking water? Drinking water and reading, that's amazing. We need to do that more. We need to drink water, please. Um, my wife and I are not drinking enough water. I'm cooking pasta right now. That is and listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl, that these are some amazing, combinations, drinking water, reading, knitting, coffee, pasta, Dungeon Crawler Carl. I think we need to make these new trends in booktube where we film ourselves in daily lives, maybe making pasta and cranking up Dungeon Crawler Carl in the background. That'd be nice. Uh, okay, I'm slowing down on the chat right now. I'm overwhelmed. Should I do a delay, like where I'm able to catch up? Midnight? Oh, so great to see you. Okay, Four Corners. See you later, man. Thank you for stopping by. I'm reading Mistborn, and it got me into a heavy reading slump, and now I started Red Rising, and I'm happy. Oh, wow. So Mistborn got you into the slump, and then Red Rising got you out. That's, glad you're out of it. That's good. Ohio, and I'm reading Jurassic Park. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good book, and I haven't even read it yet, but it's on my list because everyone tells me about it. Um, actually, I think it was last week, I got coffee with an author for the first time. I've never done that before, and it's pretty cool. His book is coming out in May, and we just sat and talked for about an hour and a half about books, about all the things we love about books and storytelling. And I just asked him about his life and how he got into writing, and it was great. And one of the authors that he loves is Michael Crichton. So Jurassic Park, he spoke highly of that. I can see your coffee steam in the shot, Bliss. Oh yeah, is it really just steaming? Reading sessions and live streams with your subs. That is interesting. So does that mean I'm reading right now while we're all just hanging out? I'd just be too distracted, hanging out with you guys. But it sounds like a fun idea. Should do a little read along for Name of the Wind later this year. That way we can all join. I'd be reading for the first time. I might do that just because I'm craving that book lately. If I wasn't craving it, I wouldn't force it, but it'd be interesting to reread it for the first time again and just rereading it for the first time. Whatever. Uh, NYC. Oh wow, this is a lot. Um, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Real quick, I just see a pretty important question from Walt Longmire. Nintendo Switch 2 with about 10 question marks. Yeah, I'm hyped for that. That is really interesting. It's we got what, 5 days roughly? 5 days until the Nintendo Switch 2 is talked about, till pre-orders start. That's gonna be exciting. I, uh, I don't know what kinda games they have in store for that, but, you know, hopefully a new Zelda, maybe a new Mario Odyssey 2. I don't know. Have I read Joe Abercrombie or John Gwynne? No, I have not. Uh, I do have the trilogy of, the First Law trilogy, and I definitely wanna try that out. I hear amazing things about it. I just, right now I'm just making my slow way through Empire of Silence. Hey, Prince, Stein Puppy, hello from Canada. Love it. I have, one of my great friends, uh, and, filmmaking friends is from Canada, and he's just a joy to be around. We have conversations almost every day. We hop on the FaceTime all the time, and we're just chatting, talking about films, and strategizing how we shoot weddings, how we edit. It's great. I've never been to Canada though, so I would love to do that. Finishing up Dune this weekend. Starting the Dragon Republic. I've never heard of the Dragon Republic, but I have heard of Dune. Any thoughts on reading two books at once? I'm scared to read more than one at a time. Okay, this I could talk a little bit about. Um, I don't read two books at once, uh, or like two books alongside each other, two separate books alongside each other. I don't do that. I I know if you followed my channel long enough, you will know that I'm quite intentional with my time and the books I choose to read. So I want to read one book at a time and I want to give my attention to that one book rather than, divide it. Also, I think I'm able to read at a more consistent pace um, when I'm reading one book at a time. And I'm also able to just kind of immerse myself in the words, the content, the story, and really develop feelings and emotions for the characters and the narrative beats. Um, because if I'm reading something different alongside something else, I think it could be distracting for me personally. I think it may take away from the other book. So that's why I just want to read one book at a time. Now, if I did read two books at the same time, or two books alongside each other, it would have to be like a practical self help book, like a business finance book with like a fantasy or fiction book, um, because it's just different. It's totally different. It's a story versus practical information. Now, with if I ever did like a two fiction books side by side, it would have to be two separate genres, like a Stephen King book, like a Frederick Bachman book alongside a fantasy book, because it's easier for my brain to separate fantasy versus you know re reality. Um, I don't know how to put it, but I hope that makes sense. Do you like flavored coffee? If so, have you ever tried Bones Coffee Co? I've not tried Bones Coffee Co, but I like. So, are you talking about flavored coffee? As in the beans are like flavored, like like hazelnut or just some other like separate flavor note added in? Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't do that. I like black coffee. Um, But, like, there's flavors in coffee, there's multiple layers. Some of them are chocolatey, some of them are fruity, really depends, but I like to just have my coffee black because Um, I don't know. I just like to respect um, the roast and the beans and really give it my attention. Although putting cream and milk in your coffee isn't a bad thing at all. Do I read nonfiction? Uh, I have read a few like biographies in the past. A few self-help books for sure, but other than that, not really. Have I played Hogwarts Legacy? No, but my wife has. She loves it. She loves it so much. I think I got it for her for Valentine's Day when it came out, and she had quit her job to go full time as a photographer, and that was a bad decision. I don't think she did anything for 2 months, so she loved that. I think reading sessions will encourage people to read. You can chat with members doing short breaks. I like that. I may give that a shot. I can only read 2 books at once when one is fiction and the other is nonfiction. I agree. Same. It's easy to kind of separate them. I rarely read 2 books at once, depending on how difficult they are. Doesn't work when you read something like Malazan. Yeah, I agree. If I'm gonna read something dense, um, I'll have to choose something a little more digestible. I like reading more than 1 book at a time, one on audio, but mix of fiction. Yeah, I think that's doable for sure. I don't do audio just because it's just another subscription that I have to deal with, and I'm just, I like tangible books. I like the words. There's just something I get about reading a physical book. Whereas with audio, it's too easy to just go do chores or play video games while you listen, and then my brain is in one place, whereas it's trying to be, focused on the audiobook. So I do think audiobooks are great, or like podcasts are great for like long drives. Um, but again, we've been cutting down on our subscriptions, Netflix and all that stuff. So having an Audible subscription, mainly for Dungeon Crawler Carl, because many of you have spoken so highly of it. We don't want to pay for another subscription. Do I read graphic novels, comics? Yes. I don't read manga. It's overwhelming, and there's so much. Graphic novels, yes. I love Batman. Batman is my go-to graphic novel, and The Adventure Zone, which is a comic book adapted. It's a graphic novel adapted from a podcast, a Dungeons and Dragons live play or actual play podcast. So yeah, anything Batman, I'll read those for sure. How do you handle like series of books? I find series pretty daunting because it is a big commitment of my time. So sorry for the sniffles. I might have the sniffles today. It's just my nose has been runny, so I apologize in advance. When it comes to books in a series, if you asked me that 2 years ago, I would say it's absolutely daunting. But since I finished Wheel of Time, which is, 14 books, that took 2 years of my life, I approach series and like trilogies differently. When I was reading Wheel of Time, I didn't want to deviate from that series. I wanted to just push through. And it wasn't until like book 10 that I finally took a break. I think approaching series now like this is a 7-book series. It's being finished later this year. I'm okay with taking a break in between books in a series because I think I just think it's a good use of time, unless this book ends on a cliffhanger and I feel like I am compelled and dying to read the next book, then yeah, I'll dive into the next book. But really, I'm giving myself permission as a reader to not have to read a series all the way through in one go. I'm okay with taking breaks and splitting it up, and I think everyone else should. And it also makes it less of a commitment and a potential chore. Benjo, hey, holy cow, did I just get $22? What is that? What? Stop it. Man, thanks. Wow. Thank you. Um okay, I'm going to go back to some questions. Thank you, man. That's I don't deserve that. All right? Thank you. Uh okay. Let's see here. Uh do I like Pokemon? Yes and no. I'm not I used to be a Pokemon player as a kid. Red, blue, yellow, gold, diamond, crystal, but outside of that, not really. And I would always be the type of kid when I'd get stuck or there'd be a rock in a path, I could never see my way through that. So when I did play a Pokemon game, I didn't progress too much, beyond the starting area. Is it Denny or Dennis? Because Denny is my favorite filmmaker of all time, Denis Villeneuve. So Denis Villeneuve, thank you for joining my stream. I'm kidding. Did you read any classics? I don't think I have. I think I've only read a handful. And as in classics, what would you classify a classic? Would it be like a literary classic, like Crime and Punishment, The Odyssey, or stuff like that? For me, a classic, I've read, Of Mice and Men. I've read Fahrenheit 451. I've read a handful of Stephen King books. I would consider those classics. So, yes. Do I annotate my books? I do not. I was actually on a live stream with Four Corners of the Page last week, and we were talking about annotating. I just don't want to write in my books. And I feel like if I did annotate, I'd do it on a reread of like Wheel of Time. But in case I have a child who ends up loving fantasy and I'm able to share them, Wheel of Time, I would not want notes and scribbles in there. But it would be fun to get a used book at a used bookstore and you see little notes in there. That's fun. I have my mom's Bible. And she passed 10 years ago or so. It's crazy. It feels like it's yesterday, but time goes on. And it's fun to look through there. She's gotten tons of notes in there and in the margins. And she also has a lot of, I think pretty much all the addresses that she's ever lived and moved, because we came from a military family. So annotating in that way, I love that. And being able to see her handwriting, it tells a story. So picking up a used book, I feel like would be fun to see notes and annotations in there, because I just think it adds another layer to that book, because that book was in someone else's hands and they had a different experience versus yourself. Okay. I might be having to hop off here in like 30 minutes. We'll see. My friend's getting here soon and we're gonna be filming a video here in a bit. You think you could ever write a book? I think I could. Uh, it's scary. And actually, last July I started writing. I got 2 paragraphs in. So, yeah, but I'm such a perfectionist that it would never get done, and I'm too hard on myself. But I do feel like I could write articles on Medium. That's a website, and I actually thought about maybe writing article versions of the videos that I post here on this channel. That'd be fun. Could you describe your perfect reading setting? Oh, wait, sorry, hold up. I skipped Mark. Mark, I saw 2 birds eating ice cream in the hot sun today. They were basking in. Okay, all right, nice. Could you describe your perfect reading setting? Location, time of day, weather, accessories, food, and drink. Ooh, I think perfect reading setting would be number 1, my wife next to me. She's reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm reading whatever book I'm reading. We're snuggled under a blanket, maybe on a couch. It's raining. I like that. I like a rainy day, and we each have cups of coffee, and maybe a croissant. Maybe. Weirdly, I find myself always reading at least 2 books at a time, often both massive fantasy tomes. I've never had any issues. Hey, exactly. CVP art, I totally see that. There are folks who I know that can read so fast and they can digest and metabolize that information, and it's easy, and they can read tomes side by side at the same time, take breaks, switch. It's impressive, and more power to you. I get lots of audiobooks from my library. Do you have a library card? Yeah, okay. Thank you for reminding me about that, Rachel. I keep forgetting about a library. We have a couple nearby, and I might have to do that. I might have to give that a shot. I just did my first audiobook and it was pretty cool. I think the only upside I saw compared to a physical book was that I didn't read ahead. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Hello, Thomas. I love the videos. I was wondering, do you use any services such as Goodreads to keep track of your reading, maybe journaling? Anton, I do not. I don't. I think I think my best organization for reading is my bookshelf. That's it. It's I think it's my favorite way because uh, I don't want to subject myself to a list. And I do think TBRs are nice because you're able to organize all the books that you've been recommended. Um, there's all these books on your radar throughout your life that you've been wanting to read, and that's good. But for me, I think a TBR can also be distracting in that it becomes a list, it becomes a potential chore, it becomes a shopping list. Okay, I got the eggs, got the pasta, got this, got that. I don't want my reading to become a list. Now, I do like the idea of journaling. That's fun. Writing down thoughts. Um, and in a way, I guess I journal because I'm doing book reviews for this channel. So that's something, but it's just not in a physical journal. But my best way to organize is just my bookshelf. I walk up, what do I want to read? And I get to look at it every day and have all the books stare at me, waiting for me, and it's exciting. Um, Okay. Oh, wow. I'm missing out on a lot of, I'm catching up, guys. I'm sorry. I had to DNF Empire of Silence. It was too slow, but I wanted to like it so bad. Josh, I get it. Um, I don't wanna spoil anything, and I'm not going to, but it's not bad. It's a good book. I'm enjoying it. I'm not hating it, but it is slow in the point in the it's slow because the plot isn't really structured in a way, and I don't need a structured plot, but Empire of Silence feels slow because there isn't a specific plot point or a foundation that I'm looking forward to or anticipating as I'm reading along. It's kind of meandering. It's kind of just chilling. And I don't mind that. But I need something to hold on to. I need some sort of goal that the character is trying to go, and reach while he is dealing with major life changes. Um, but again, it's I'm not dismissing it and I'm not hating it. I think it's great. I'm not the pages haven't grabbed me yet. Veniz, Thomas, what's up, man? Just hanging out, live streaming for the first time. I'm nervous as heck. I may be talking a little fast. I'm sorry. Different currency. Okay. Well, hey, I just can't believe I was given a tip anyways. I don't know. It's unreal how people can take time out of their day to leave a comment or even just, you know, donate a cup of coffee. I don't just thank you. Hello, famed booktuber Thomas Howell. All right, I'm just a guy. Unable to read due to internet addiction. You know, that that happens, but I think that's why I put my phone, try to put it away, and I read elsewhere, away from the TV as much as possible. PTA movie coming out? I don't know what that means. I'm so hype. PTA. If you like Batman, the novelization of Batman Nightfall by Dennis O'Neil is amazing. Okay, I'll give that a shot. Hey Thomas, I read Name of the Wind because of you. I love it. What'd you think of it? Hi, nice to see you live. Pleasure. It's I'm still nervous, but I hope you're enjoying this, and I appreciate everyone watching and hanging out. What the heck? Oh man, just want to say congrats on the first stream. I'm so glad to be a part of this awesome community. Here's to reading. Okay, dude. Thank you. Yeah, you've donated a handful of coffees, man, and I just thank you. It's it's great. I always love when that happens because then I'm just like, wow, okay. My wife and I are gonna go get some coffee. We're gonna go read. We're gonna go on a little read date. Hey, from Russia, are you gonna read any more horror books? Yes, I would love to. I want to read uh, something wicked. This way comes. I think that's what it's titled. It's the Ray Bradbury book. I want to read it. And I was recommended a book. Um, Gosh, the guy that did Hyperion, I already forgot the name of the book, but I wanna read that. I skipped out over some other, uh, comments, so let me just catch up. Rocket, what would you rate Ready Player One? I've only watched the movie, loved it, it was fun, I haven't read it, but I feel like Dungeon Crawler Carl is that perfect mix. Did you get around to reading Dune or watching the movies? Just curious, considering Denis Villeneuve is your favorite director. Oh, yeah, Gordon. Yeah, I think a couple weeks ago, my wife and I watched both Dune Part 1 and Part 2 in one sitting, and that is the proper way because it is made as intentionally made to be one film, and it just flows so well. And I loved him. My wife loves him, and we kind of want to rewatch him again. I love finding notes in used books, especially literary works. As antiquarian bookseller Tom Ailing says, is a part of the book story kind of cool. Yeah, I agree. I like that. Hello. If not, what is your favorite film of his? I haven't seen any of his other films, so any suggestions? Gordon, I'd recommend Sicario. Sicario is my favorite film of Denis Villeneuve's. Maybe Prisoners. It's tough. It changes all the time, but it's always a Denis Villeneuve film. Definitely recommend those. Those are just it's perfect. The way Denis Villeneuve paces his films and how minimal he is with his dialogue, it's masterful. To me, the first book is foundational to character development. You appreciate the other books more because you know where Hadrian has been before. I see Rupel's 9, I agree. Um, I'm I'm not against what's happening in book 1. It's just been a little slow, but also I think it's part of it because I'm busy with work and other hobbies and tasks. So I'm not giving this book the attention it deserves. I'm not reading consistently. So I think the feeling of a meandering plot is twofold because I'm not reading consistently. And I agree with you, Ruples. When you see a character at their lowest, um, that's important. That's vital because then you're invested, um, and you're invested throughout their journey and seeing them rise to the top and whatever castles he will sit in. Manuel Pinto, really enjoyed our talk the other day. Ended up starting the Eye of the World and am actually loving the writing style so far. I'm still in the Winter Night stuff though. Love your vids. Keep it up. Thank you, man. Uh, yeah, Eye of the World is my favorite book of Wheel of Time. I just love simple beginnings. If I could hang out in Winter Night all day, I would. Um, I'm on page 250 of Eye of the World. I started it because of your channel, and I'm really enjoying the journey so far. It's slow, but I can tell there's so much to the world. Yeah, it's it's slow, and I'm thankful it's slow because if it just skipped right over that, then pieces of the journey, chapters of the journey, and other books just won't have that impact and that weight, that emotional uh, connection. Have to go. I've enjoyed your first live stream. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Carol. Paul Thomas Anderson. Yes. Didn't he do Phantom Thread? That's one of my favorite films. Hola. Hello. My name is Billa. How you doing? Which game are you currently playing? Persona 5, but also dabbled a little bit back into Breath of the Wild just because of my video review. What are you currently playing? I'm just tuning in during my lunch break. Just wanted to say thanks for your channel. Enjoying your corner of booktube. Hope you're having a good time with Sun Eater. Thank you, Kellen. Don't be nervous. You have a wholesome community. Yeah. Um, it's it's amazing. This community here that we have. And I'm just thankful for the booktube community as a whole. Um, we're just able to talk, hang out, share books, have disagreements, healthy disagreements, because that's what it's all about. I don't want to have this community be this constant yes, 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 positivity kind of thing. I definitely want people to, hey, I don't like this book. Hey, I don't like your opinion on this book topic, and I want to be able to have a back and forth. And I've just appreciated that because I've had that in the comments on certain videos. And it's nice to know that we're able to just have a conversation because that's the most important thing. Been watching your videos for a few weeks. First live stream was the perfect opportunity to sub. Johnny, wow, thank you. That's awesome. Uh, I'm curious, Johnny, what video did you find first? I know the algorithm is kind of different for everyone, but I'm curious what video of mine did you find first? And why did you decide to click on it? If you could talk to an author, who would it be? Prince 2008. Yes. That's tough. If I could talk to an author, who would it be? Let me check in where my friend is real quick. Okay, here we go. If I could talk to an author, who would it be? Now, the thing with that is this might be a different topic for another video, but I'll talk about it now. I like to keep authors separate from their work. I want to engross myself and immerse myself in their words and their work. And sometimes getting to know the author personally or just kind of hearing their personal side and their personality could rub you the wrong way. So for me, it's funny. Name of the Wind is my favorite book of all time. Would I sit down with Patrick Rothfuss? Probably not. It it's funny because he's very recluse and distant. So I wouldn't want to sit with him, but I would want to read his words over and over and over again. I think I would love to, honestly, I'd love to sit and talk to Christopher Rocchio. I've watched many interviews with him throughout BookTube, and he is such a great guy. He knows his stuff, and I would love to just sit down, hang out, talk books, and maybe the further I get within his series, if he'll, maybe I can email him and we can hang out, do a little stream together. Okay, where am I? What is your wife's current read? Is she reading more in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series? Yes, Rachel. She is reading book 3 of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. But funny thing is, I think last week or the week before when I made my I'm in a reading slump video, that very day or the next day, my wife just takes the whole day to read. She read, I think, 250 pages, finished the book. So she is now on book 4 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. The Terror by Dan Simmons. Yes, that is it. Thank you. Writing that down. I don't have a pen. Okay. Anyways. Have you read A Game of Thrones? I have not. I have heard it is worth it, even when it is not uh, finished. I still think a series is well worth reading, even though it's unfinished. Have you ever heard about Storygraph app? No, I have not. What would I be using that for? Would that be journaling or something? Prisoners is also incredible. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. I love Name of the Wind. I've already read Patrick Rothfuss's other two books. I'm getting ready to start reading The Wise Man's Fear. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Yeah, it all his works are masterful. I think he is I think he's one of the greatest writers. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds insane, but maybe because I'm young, maybe because I'm turning 31 and I'm only 31 and I haven't read as much as some people, but I don't think anyone writes like Patrick Rothfuss. The way he is able to write words, unreal. Favorite Star Wars film? Mine got to be Episode 3. Yeah, probably. Same. Revenge of the Sith. That's coming out in theaters again, so I'm getting ready for that. I've got Eye on my list. Is that Eye of the World? Hey Thomas, I didn't know you were going live. My bad. Hey, it's okay. I didn't let anyone know. I just kind of did this impromptu, and it's exciting. Justin Hall, how long have you been playing D&D? 2018, 2019, around that time. It was around winter of 2018. Yeah, I was on a plane and prior to that, I was told about this podcast called Adventure Zone. So I'm on my plane, gonna go see grandma and the Texas family for Christmas. And I'm listening to that show, that podcast, and it clicked. I was like, huh, this is what D&D is? It's just improv, storytelling, dice rolls. Yeah, cool. I'm all in. And then I just ordered all the books and I haven't stopped since. Now playing D&D, I've been a DM since 2018. So coming on 6 years. Just want to pop in and say you've got great format. Your calm vibe is much needed, relaxing palate cleanser. Thank you, Brian. It means a lot. It's funny. I'm thankful. I'm able to have this little corner of booktube be a calming uh, presence for people. Uh, I think the older I get, the more calmed down I've gotten. I can very well be a golden retriever and jump around and get really excited and hyped up about certain things, but then my social battery runs low. So then it's like I'm an extrovert, but then I'm okay with just sitting alone reading a book. I don't know if that made sense. Yes, I think people put plot progression on too high of a pedestal compared to character development. To me, they're equally important. Yes, totally agree. Yeah, Phantom Thread, Magnolia, The Master, There Will Be Blood, and so on. Yep. What idea did you have for a book? So Rocket, I wanted to write a short story or like a collection of short stories. Fantasy, of course. Less fantastic, less oh wow, my friend just got here. Guys, I have to end the stream. I am so sorry. Oh man, I am so sorry. But we're gonna end the stream. I really, 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 really appreciate this. Uh Definitely want to make this a weekly thing and we just hang out and talk. I don't know if these questions will go into the comments or what, but anyways, I hope I could answer these later. But thank you. Thank you for all who have tuned in. And sorry that I'm leaving you so early, but I'll make this happen soon. Maybe Sunday. How about that? All right. Thank you. Enjoy the coffee. and enjoy whatever you're reading.